Hello everyone and welcome back. It's currently 1 AM and I'm at the Hong Kong International Airport. You might be wondering, what am I doing here after midnight? To be honest with you, I have a flight to catch. I'm going to Kyoto for a few days and down to Osaka as well. It's going to be a rough one because the flight is at 1:50 AM. The flight's for a few hours, and then after that I'm going to catch the Shinkansen down to Kyoto city center, which is I think an hour and a half as well. So it's going to be a long ride. Join me along for this one, and this time let's go suffering in Japan. Grueling 3.5-hour flight, I have finally arrived at Kansai Airport, and to say that flight was bad would be an understatement because I didn't really get to have any sleep, the food was not great, and I'm really tired. I think you can hear it from my voice, and you can just, look at me, I look absolutely crusty. I am probably going to go to Lawson, which is right behind me here, get some food, maybe get a drink, just get a break basically. Before I get on the JR Haruka all the way to Kyoto. I don't want to talk very loudly because it's the airport in the morning, everyone's tired, everyone's irritated, so I better shut the hell up and get going. I'm hungry, honestly. So probably get some food all the way to the Express, and I'll see you in Kyoto. I think there's really no fooling anyone it's the same day. It's day 2, I took a little bit of a break at a hotel, feeling at least a little bit better, and I'm out for photos for the entire day today. This is, well, can you actually see it? It's right here or so. Honkanji Temple, and this is the road leading to it. It's going to be very crowded because it's a very popular, well, tourist destination, as you can see. My friend has came here, I think a year ago or something, and told me, yeah, come here before sunrise, it's going to be very crowded. However, there's one caveat to it, there's a lot of trucks and cars during that time because for some reason this is a car road, and he had to basically move his entire setup because he couldn't stay there, there was a truck. So I decided, well, I'm going to do the exact opposite. I'm going to come here during lunchtime. Yeah, bad move on me, but at the same time, I don't really mind if there's people here because I'm not planning to put my things in the middle of the road. I'm going to find somewhere on the side and perhaps mount everything over there, and hopefully I can get a good shot. So hopefully I can get this good shot, and without further ado, let's go find somewhere and go set up. 20 minutes setting up under very harsh conditions, I have the first shot of Kyoto set up. I will say it's probably not the best, but at the same time, I couldn't find anything up there to set up and still have everything in sight. This is the Honkanji temple. I want to have it in the frame, but I think this is the only angle. Combined with the 7200, that's the only option I have. Let's take a look at what I'm using. 7200 f2.8 at a little bit over 100mm. I think it's around 120 or so at f5.6, because everything in front is white, everything in the back is black. I don't want them to blend in, so this works all right, I'd say. It's quite embarrassing to set up under so many people looking at you, but I will say I'm pretty used to that, so everything is fine. No flashes, only 2 lights. Well, I do have a third one, but I'm not taking that out. Not worth the time. One light on top of the camera, one light on the backpack. These are not quite useful, just for the eyes. I want that little bit of reflection so everything works okay. Everything else is going to be about editing. I think the R5 can handle that pretty well. Anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at the shot. I would say it's okay. I actually haven't really taken the shot yet, so I need to get this done. There's a lot of people in the way. I will have to do a lot of cloning and a lot of stacking, so hopefully this works out. I only need very little portion of the frame, so as long as there's not a lot of people in there, I think it'll be fine. So without further ado, let's go to the next spot. I'll say this, I got incredibly lucky because it started raining again. I know the weather forecast is saying that it will stop raining in the afternoon, which I do hope, because I do have somewhere to go tonight, but at least I got this shot in the bag. It's not a very good one, but at the same time, I'm not complaining. I'm going up to, where is it? Kiyomizu-dera in a bit. It's going to be uphill, so that's going to be a little bit of a walk. And just now, when I was wrapping up the shot, some fucking idiot came up to my stuff, didn't really ask anything, and just started taking photos. I don't mind, but I do mind when you start tripping on my tripod. He almost knocked down my entire camera setup, said sorry, and basically ran like a pussy. I'm not saying I'm complaining. What I'm saying is, can you please not be that inconsiderate? But yeah, I'll stop complaining because I'm on a trip and I'm supposed to be happy. So I'm gonna make my way up there. Yeah, the rain's getting bad and there's a lot of people. So hopefully I get there and get something good. Let's go. Right now I'm inside the Kiyomizu-dera something temple. I forgot the name, put up here, edited me, and it's just so unbelievably crowded. Keep in mind I'm not here for any doll photos, I'm just here for some selfie, some video, B-roll and whatever, but even with that in mind, it's just way too crowded. So I am probably not going to stay here for long, just get some B-roll, get what I need and get the hell out. I'm just gonna head down to the Kyoto National Museum, which is a little bit down the road over there. I'm not going to take the bus because it's just so absolutely bullshit crowded and I don't think I can even get on the bus with all of this stuff. So yeah, it's not great. Plus it's also raining again. Great, what a forecast we got here. It's bad, man. I don't know if you can see it or not. Look at that, just all white out there. Can't do anything about it. As long as it's not raining tonight, I'm happy because I do have somewhere good to go, but there's not really much I can do if it really does. So hopefully I get some more luck down the next place. And without further ado, let's continue. Welcome to the Toyokuni Jinja, or Toyokuni Shrine if we're talking English. This place is, well, it's right beside the Kyoto National Museum, and I originally just wanted to stop here for some photos and some selfies, and that was about it. However, curiosity got the better of me, so I just asked the staff, hey, you mind if I just take some doll photos around here or something? And I showed them what I did, and they said, you're welcome, just do it, whatever you want. So I have special permission. Yes, this place is not as special as I want it to be, but it's great in a way that I have permission from the staff to just go ham, basically. So I am likely going to just do one photo here, maybe do a repeat of today's idea, because that one in the morning kind of sucked. Kiyomizu was not that great either, so I am not really excited about what's happening tonight or later, but it is what it is. Maybe one more photo over there, showing the main hallway or something. But yeah, I think that's about it. Hopefully it works out. It's been a while since I've actually shot anything, and I know you guys really like seeing my setups and all that, so without further ado, let's go for some B-roll, and then let's set up. After a relatively quick setup, here I have the second shot of the day. This is more of a bonus and you would call surprise, but I really like this place. This shot itself I kind of did plan, because I kind of did want to do this in the first place, but I wasn't sure I could do it or not. Anyway, I'll just stop rambling and let's explain the shot. 7200 at a little bit under 100mm, because I'm a lazy bastard, so I just zoomed in and out instead of just walking around and pushing the setup even more, because I'm very tired and there's a lot of bugs here. My whole legs are just, oh dear lord. Horizontal composition with two lights, one light over here, the other light I'll be holding, say, right behind the camera, at around f4 or so, because the background is actually surprisingly a lot busier than I thought. There's a lot of distractions back there, so if I don't use above f4, it's kind of like distracting, but at the same time I don't want to use f2.8, because what's the point of coming here anyway if I'm using that large of an aperture? Everything seems fine. I'll just do some stacking, and as usual, the R5 should probably do fine with just one photo. Everything looks all right, so without further ado, let's take a look at the shot. I would say it's okay. I'm planning to use a 16:10 or so crop, maybe even movie cinematic crop by 16:9 or something, to make it look a bit more vintage toned. Hopefully it looks all right, because I have no idea. I have a long time ahead of me till I edit these photos, so editing me, adding some thoughts down below. I know I don't do that a lot, but sometimes I do, so please, thank you. I think I'll just leave this place, because I originally wanted to do one more shot over there, but it's just undoable. It's just so itchy, and I do want to go look at the Kyoto National Museum right over there. So without further ado, let's continue. All right, just got done with this place, and I'm heading down that way to the Kyoto National Museum. I'm willing to bet that's a no, because they're just gonna, yeah, please no photos in here, no tripod, something along the lines of that. That's usually how that goes. So my bet is on, I'm just gonna do some B-roll over there and just skedaddle back to the hotel, because I do need to change of clothes. I am soaking wet. It's supposed to be along this way down to Inari, so yeah, the day's a little bit ruined for me, but I think overall it should be fine. Anyway, I'll stop rambling and let's go to the museum. As expected earlier in the video, I really couldn't shoot the Kyoto National Museum. Well, because you can't exactly go through the main gate, it's walled off. I had to go through the west gate, which had a ticket booth, meaning that if you had to go in, you had to buy a bloody ticket. I'm not opposed to that, however, I'm not interested in whatever the museum was offering. I just wanted a photo at the main gate, which that means I wouldn't be paying the fees. So I thought to myself, well, it's still early, there's still daylight out there, I'll just go back to the hotel room and change out, get a shower, and be a bit more comfortable tonight. I have these things in my hand right now, you know what I like to do, I change them out to different outfits for the entire day, and having to do that in the hotel room is way better than just sitting on the side of the street and getting chased down by bugs. I also changed the pants, so hopefully tonight will be better. I'm going to the Inari Shrine tonight, which is, how do you say this? The one with the thousands of torii gates which everyone who comes to Kyoto goes to? I heard from a friend that you had to go more so during the night when there's less people. Also, walk a bit higher so there's even lesser people. So hopefully that goes alright. I'll head out for dinner later and probably go there, I don't know, around 7 or so, and return at very late. I still have to go wash my clothes today, so hopefully that goes well. I'll see you during dinner. After such a long day, I have finally arrived at the crown jewel of, well, I won't say crown jewel, it's one of the better spots of Kyoto. This is the Fushimi Inari Taisha, or shrine, if you will, and it's one of the best places you can get in this goddamn city. It's around 8 or so less people are going to be here, but at the same time, you really do want to come around, say, afternoon or so for the best light. I don't need that. I have my own set of skills that allow me to do whatever I want, but, you know, you do you. Anyways, I'm going to walk in and stay here for a few hours because I am planning to get some really good photos here. That's usually a really good way of saying that I will probably suck. 2 singles, 1 dual, then that's about it. Hopefully I get something good here and won't get harassed by bugs because I have my pants right now. So yeah, all for the best. Let's go. So I've made my way up a little bit, and just keep in mind this thing is on low light mode, so I don't have any tracking, I don't have anything fancy on it, just me, my mic and my positioning skills. Anyway, I'm here, I'd say midway up the hill, and this is probably one of the better spots because as you can see there's a little bit light at the back, so I don't need to do all the work. I can just adjust the light in the background because I can use a lot of stacking. I am probably also going to use a lot of light in front, maybe do it in say 3 or 4 separate shots just for the lighting, and then maybe 2 shots just for the face. I'll see how that works because there's also people here, it's quite dark. However, I do have the confidence that I can light up this entire scene with just maybe 3 to 4 lights. Hopefully everything goes alright. I'll do some B-roll as usual, and let's set up the shot. After an unnecessarily long setup process, I finally have this shot set up. Keep in mind, this is under very, very pitch dark conditions. All I have are these 3 lights and I'm using one to light up myself, so everything is not exactly very accurate. There's also no auto tracking, as I mentioned earlier, so I really do hope you see me clearly. Everything's on night mode, hopefully it looks alright. Let's take a look at what I'm using. 15 to 35 at around 28mm or so. I wanted a slightly wider angle, didn't want to use 35, everything seems alright. I'll probably crop into 16:9 or 16:10 and add in very, very vintage tone colors. They look nice on usually everything, but I'm not too sure if this one's gonna work. F2.8 because I need all the light I can get, and plus, it's actually really useful in this situation because at a very wide angle, a large aperture usually makes things a little bit better, and also everything is very tightly, closely knit to each other. All these Torii gates are all just behind each other. So having an f2.8 aperture is going to blur out everything that I deem unnecessary, and also the light in the background is going to help with, how's that, what do you call that? A little bit backlight if anything. Hopefully it works out because everything is just so dim here. I can barely see anything, and I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit blind at night. I don't know what's the word. Editing me, add that down there. One light on top of the backpack right here, diffused by this paper umbrella I have because I did not want to use tissue paper. The other one is over there. It's a tube light. It's the main light source, if anything. Seems about all right, but micro adjusting everything seems to be a pain in the ass. Another light on my hand that's shining on my face to make sure you can actually see me will be shining against this umbrella to provide a bounce light, because after trying for so bloody long, I could not figure out how I could just reflect it onto the doll and make it not look as harsh. I mean, there is a diffuser for this thing. I didn't remember to bring it to Japan, and yeah, it's not great, but gotta work with what you gotta work with. So improvise, adapt, overcome, as you always say. Anyway, hopefully editing me can rescue the shot, because I did do some stacking in here. I think it looks all right. It's +1 stop, 0, and -1 stop, so hopefully it looks all right. Okay, without further ado, let's take a look at the shot. I would say it looks about all right. I don't really know how it's gonna look because it's gonna be like a full week until I touch these batch of photos, so hopefully it looks okay. What I'm seeing on the back of the camera is relatively fine, but I'm pretty sure if it looks relatively fine, editing me can probably pull out something good. Okay, I think it's about time because I'm getting bit by mosquitoes and they're really nasty bites. But I still need, I think, one more photo. I'll probably just give it on a duo one, but I really want that other one, you know? Probably a little bit down there, so let's get going. After around 20 minutes of setting up, here I have the last shot for today. It's relatively alright because I already have the lighting pre-set up. I just need to figure out how they do. On the sides, on the top, or on the bottom, or on these sides around 45 degrees each, I have to figure out how these do to work with the scene. It's also a lot easier because I can actually bloody see something because there's a lamp on top. However, at the same time, it's kind of counteracting a lot of things. I'll explain a bit more later. Let's take a look at what I'm using. 15 to 35 at around 28mm. I love 28mm. It's my favorite focal length if I'm using wide angle. Just enough for a horizontal wallpaper. I'll crop into about 16:10 or 16:9 or so. Favorite crop for some reason, I don't know why. Honestly, if I could use an aperture larger than f2.8, I would have, but this lens maxes out at that. I need as much light as I can get. The more the better, but this scene, it's barely enough in a lot of ways. ISO 1600, it's okay for the R5, but I don't think any other body would handle very well in these scenes, especially when it's backlit. Because if I were to use vertical composition, the lamp on top would get in the way. It's still a little bit washed out by now, but not including in the frame makes it at least somewhat acceptable. If I were to do vertical, the whole scene would be absolutely blown out. Everything is okay, it's inverted, there's no wind here, and most importantly, there's less bugs. I mean less, but there's still some. And there's also a little wind here, so it makes me feel a little bit better. There's also people coming down, so it's a good time to take a look at the shot. I would say it looks alright. With a bit of editing and with a bit of color grading, I think it will look pretty good. I forgot to mention that I also get some autofocus with this thing right now because I do have some light, which is nice because I can just do this without really much concern. No night mode needed for that one as well. And there's a lot of people coming in, so I think it's a good time to end the video. What an absolutely horrible, yet at the same time, an amazing day. Because this is my first time in Kyoto in a long time, and I would say I got to try a lot of different things and also a very different experience, because for a long time I shoot in Australia and honestly nobody really bats an eye. Some people look past and go ooh like that, but that's about it. It's my first time seeing a lot of people taking photos of me here, like not just a doll, me. The whole setup, the whole thing. I think it's just this morning I got like 50 people taking photos of me. It's only because it's so dark here that nobody really tries to take a photo because it's just impossible. Just now up there, when I was just pushing all the lights and everything, a woman came by and was like, "Ooh, it's very bright here," so I just turned off everything because nobody gets to use my lights without my permission. Today, fun day. At the same time, honestly, I'm really tired. I got some sleep yesterday, but it was really just 6 hours. Not enough for someone who's been running overnight to another country like this. I would say tomorrow's a lot more calm in other ways for you. It's next week because the video is coming out next week. Because I'm going to only a few places and there's like 2 or 3 places I can actually shoot, and it's going to be controlled within 9 to 10 hours, and that's about it. It's still really dark here and it's getting really late, so I think I better head off and get back to my hotel room because I'm also going to wash my clothes and also buy maybe some snacks and an ice cream for myself as a reward for the day. Anyways, thank you very much for watching to the end of this absolutely horrible video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of this garbage content. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you think about Kyoto, and I will see you next time. Lemon, out.